So I also want to talk about how United States is their stances in the world and other superpowers, and relationships are growing and changing as we speak. Like literally as we speak, we're watching America's power decline and influence decline, and on the good part, their supremacy decline and their control decline, which is that's a good thing because no country should have so much control that it dictates people's lives, livelihoods, what they can do, how they can do in their own countries, what goes in that country is sanctions and bombs and strong. Like that's just no country should ever do that, ever. And obviously, wrong, two wrongs don't make a right, but we need to get it right eventually. So I wrote down a few things. So China is and has made, continued to make trade and economic relationships. That doesn't make much sense. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is China is making and has made relationships based on economic and trade for years now. There's Venezuela, Cuba for a long time, Iran, Russia, especially Russia's and China's relationships gotten better over the years. They don't agree on everything. They agree on enough, and they respect each other's boundaries, and you know, it's a relationship that's mutual, and they're there for each other because of their neighbors. They have to be to survive. But while that's going on, China's influence is becoming bigger and more powerful, and they're not using bombs to do it or sanctions. USA is continuing to bomb and sanction countries. So those countries that we have sanctioned, we have bombed, we have coup attempts or actual coups, overthrowing democracies, going back decades, long time, and CIA paid operatives, which are Al Qaeda extremists in Latin America, the Nazis right now in UK, Azov Battalion, like I said before, and as you'll hear many other independent outlets or just independent people that think outside of the mainstream media box and look for answers and think and go, what's going on? And start digging, start asking, and start looking. I mean, just keep it very simple. Why? Who? Where? When? Who's benefiting? Who's losing? What's this about? How long has this been going on? This war, like I said before, and many other people said it, didn't start on February 24th. Let's get that shit straight. Fuck mainstream media. Fuck Western shitbags. Fuck the U.S. government. Fuck the State Department. Fuck CIA. No. This war does not start on the 24th of this year, of February. Anyone going along with that shit is fucking idiots. Or at least actively willing to be an idiot. And so in these simple terms, why do you think China has risen so quickly? And as America continues to actively shoot itself in our foot. Which is true. We are. We are actively shooting ourselves in the foot. Not we, the Americans. Well, we need to go to work and kids and all their fucking responsibilities. We're not, not us. Our government is. You want to sanction Russia's oil? Okay. That's what you want to do. We don't. I don't. I don't. There's probably a ton of people that don't want to. Maybe there's a ton of people that do. You can ask why we're not 100% independent. That goes down to a corporate profit conversation and how the corruption and the lack of leadership in DC will be very much highlighted in that conversation. And China has risen quickly. China used to be not, and in my lifetime, has China's grown from a poor country to a powerhouse. Okay? Most of the stuff we touch, we buy, or we buy and sell, is from where? China. Most of the stuff is. Not all of it, but a goddamn high percentage of it. So China and other Eastern countries really have America now the balls. They hold their labor on their soil with their country. A lot of stuff that we want, more importantly, that we need. They say, fuck you. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? We're going to be fucked. COVID showed us how vulnerable we are. And we just keep on chugging out of the way, making sure corporate America gets all the tax breaks and loopholes and all that bullshit, blah, 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 blah. It's a different conversation for a different day. But this is fucking stupid. We can't learn from COVID. We ain't gonna learn from anything. It isn't me, you, the person. We've learned how vulnerable America is. Hell yeah, we've learned. We learn quickly. We learn harshly. Especially people lost people's lives and all that. But and the 200,000 businesses that were permanently shut down because our governments, state governments, and federal government, most importantly, picked winners, picked losers. Walmart, Amazon, big boys on top, Target, they get to stay open. Now some regulations with COVID. But if you're a small business, fuck you, shut down. Here's a PPP loan you may or may not get. Fuck off, don't give a fuck. So it's simple. Those same countries that have been bombed, sanctioned, invaded, destroyed, their way of life, obliterated, just gone. Those same countries have looked to Russia, China, Iran, and others for help in many ways. And do you blame them not coming to the United States for financial help, trade help, investment help, whatever it may be? If you blame them for not coming back to the United States or the West, generally speaking, but most importantly the United States, since I'm American, you're blaming them. You're not seeing straight, you don't understand. You're taking that mainstream media narrative and running with it, and you look like a fucking jackass. Because if you were bombed, if you were sanctioned, if you were invaded, if your livelihood was destroyed, if your family was killed, if your country was decimated, both by sanction and war, would you call the United States and be like, yo, I need help? Or you be like, yo, I need to look around, fuck this. I don't, fuck this place, I'm done. Saudi Arabia is a different topic, completely different day, different topic. But they are looking at China to lock in a long-term oil deal, which they locked in a deal. Now they're talking about selling oil to China in yen instead of US dollar. Because US trade is about 70%, 60%, I'm not sure, it's a good amount. International trade is based on the US dollar. Not all of it, but like I said, a higher percentage of US international trade. But they're talking about the petrodollar. They're talking about Saudi Arabia going, fuck you. And China wants that in the trade on the yen. That'll take a huge hit towards the petrodollar. The Saudi Arabia agreement on the US dollar with the oil. That will be huge. That will really weaken America's power in place and give China not the entire ball, but they're grabbing onto more of the grip of the ball, if you know sports terminology. India is probably going to be buying Russia's oil. The U.S. has warned them not to do it. They'll be on the right side of history. The right side of history in America. United States government. I separate Americans and United States government. You have to. They're not identical. They're not the same thing. The government and their people is not the same thing. But the United States government is fucking stupid. India is 1.3 billion people. Russia's oil is on a fucking discount, obviously, with more sanctions than Iran has. And Iran's been over sanctioned for fucking 40 years. Russia's gotten more sanctions than Iran in fucking 10 minutes than Iran has collectively gotten in all these years. Especially from Trump's administration. So you really got to think about what the fuck. India's not going to be fucking pro or against. They're going to be like, where can I get oil? I got services and supplies and shit. I need to get out for my people and have my country keep on going. Fuck you. You don't tell us what to do. So that's just That's just U.S. government throwing out the last breath that they have, looking to fight, both economically or with words or warnings or threats, or last bit with war with whoever comes in their crosshairs, which ain't gonna be good for us. We will lose. India has to do what's best for them. It's as simple as that. Can't tell India what to do. We never would tell another country what to do. What's best for them. It's fucking stupid and arrogant. China and Russia has been working on their relationship for years, and now that they have each other's back. They're neighbors. Like I said before, they're neighbors. They have to. They got trade relations. Both North China and Russia always would connect. They border each other. So you really gotta think. You really gotta think like what is best for them, and obviously they got each other's back. South Africa is not going along with the sanctions. Their relationship with Iran, I don't know about Iran, but I'm pretty sure Russia and China and India is good. Trade, all that kind of stuff. You keep on going. So I'll make another video that goes after this. But you really got to think outside the box. America is really just throwing out warnings and threats and aiding Ukraine and all that. And like I said before, you can be for or against war. You can be completely on Ukraine's side and one side, or looking for a different narrative, or completely on Russia's side. I don't care. I really simply don't care, because it's not our war. And then better not turn into our fucking war, because that will be a huge historical mistake to get boots on the ground in war. We've already done enough mistakes. Remember, we're sending out $13.5 billion. Now on top of that, with Zelensky this morning, another $800 million. So what's that? $14.3 billion for Ukraine. Flint, Michigan, and a ton of other places that don't have clean water in our country. This is pathetic. United States government can't see straight, they can't drive straight, and you got an 80-year-old fucking demented motherfucker that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about doing or walking straight. You gotta stop. But most of you can. I mean, it's hard to say this because most people are like, what are you talking about? But you gotta stop voting Democrat or Republican. Ain't gonna fix this fucking problem. It's leading to more disastrous problems. Alright, get to the next video right after this one.